several events today. Among the biggest event is the impending impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security, for failing to do his job with regard to protecting us on the border. Of course, this is all cosmetic. The person that should be impeached is Joe Biden. The Republicans don't have the guts to do it for that, and they don't have the guts to do it with regard to the legal bribery from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia. So get prepared for a dog and pony show. There won't be a hearing. There won't be a trial in the Senate, guaranteed. This is all just political posturing, typical Republican BS, for lack of a better word. They don't do it for show. They do it for dough. They want the money. That's what they want. And that's why their fundraising is asking you for money hand over fist every single day. The fundraising is something which would be important if it was used for a proper purpose, but simply dog and pony shows don't cut it. Now, there are Republicans who are sincere, who actually want to get the job done. I'm one of them, for that matter. I don't wear my partisan hat at Freedom Watch, and nor did I wear it at Judicial Watch. I am a registered Republican, but I can be critical from within because they need to be stronger. And here's where they also need to be stronger, and that's with regard to defending Israel. Israel is doing what it has to do right now. No one condones the deaths that have occurred in Gaza. There are many good Palestinians, that's for sure. In fact, they're probably the people closest to the Jews in many ways. They used to be the intelligentsia of the Middle East, which is why the Arab countries feared them so much. They thought they would take over their countries. But the fact is that Hamas needs to be eliminated. It needs to be eradicated. It is something that is crucial, not just for Israel, but for the United States and the rest of the free world. And now Biden, to try to get votes, is undercutting Israel, is telling them that they need to have a ceasefire to stop. This is what's happened many times in the past. And of course, that's what allowed Hamas to grow like a cancer. Netanyahu, if he has a fault, and he has several, by the way, one of them is telling the truth on a daily basis. He now says that they've got an invasion plan for Rafah on a specific date. Well, just so happens his defense minister felt compelled to contradict him. I am fearful that he will back off like he did before under Obama and allow this cancer to grow. There's also a threat. The CIA claims, of course, you can't believe what the CIA says. They've been right about little. They've been involved in likely assassinations of our own people, for that matter, namely John F. Kennedy, our president. But they say that an attack on Iran, by Iran on Israel, may be imminent, and Israel now is threatening to take out the nuclear facilities in Iran. Don't believe that one either. This is something that Israel and the United States should have done a lot sooner. The Iranians already have nuclear weapons, believe me, and the situation, as dangerous as it is only going to get worse. Which brings us to the big question. You know, we have Joe Biden as president, a brain-dead criminal moron, with his wife, who runs interference for him, telling people how great he is. Basically, she's made millions off of this bribery, and she wants to keep the Justice Department in the hands of the Biden regime with being elected in the fall of 2024. That way, they can keep off the back of their family for the bribery and everything else they've done. Well, it's time that this guy go. The Democrats probably want him to go even more than the Republicans because he's a very weak candidate. And I predict that this is going to happen. And you're going to see Gavin Newsom, perhaps Michelle Obama, inserted into the electoral fold by November 2024. Do not count on President Trump being reelected. I can tell you, I don't tell people who to vote for. You can probably figure out. You can see what's in my heart. But the fact is, we the people need to rise up. We need to do it for ourselves. If we don't do it for ourselves, no one will. God is with us, his divine providence, as he was with our founding fathers, if we rise up now peacefully and legally. So go to join Freedom Watch at freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute with tax-deductible contributions. Take action yourselves, because if you don't, we're not going to have a country left. That's my message for today. Until then, remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. When I say until then, I mean go to freedomwatchusa.org and join our citizens' army. Support our citizens' grand juries, our citizens' trials, which hold the criminals accountable. The American people control our legal system, not the political hacks in Washington, D.C. or in the federal courts. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.